So it looks like Bitcoin's trying to leave the station here, forming a triangle. People are getting bored at this price level. Looks like we could march north. Could certainly make the argument at this point in time that you have an inverted head and shoulders because you got a shoulder right now on the daily. You have to assume that if you're going to assume that this is a shoulder over here in the corner, and this is a head and this is a shoulder, but only because of it's just a way for the market to take a pause and make a new low. And that is this very deep area. He only spent one closing. So when it closes into that, I suppose that's the trap. They're trapping people that want confirmation on, I want to see it close below here. So that guy is getting burned on that trade on that particular day. That particular, it's worth about, I suppose, $3,000 there in the Bitcoin. It's like a $2,000 Bitcoin move. Spikes down, comes up, so it's consolidating. This is what you typically want to see if you think it's going to go higher. And the question is for the confirmationists, do they put their buy stop here and say, well, I'm just going to put my buy stop here, and if it goes up, then I know it's going up, so I'm going to just get filled, or I'm going to buy it right now. So I'm either going to buy it right now, or I'll buy it right now and I'll add to it. Or do I buy 2 contracts, add on 1? Do I buy 2 contracts? This pullback if I bought here, because I'm buy every pullback if I'm bullish, regardless of where they show up. Here you don't get much of a chance, do you? Like if you don't buy this pullback here, you're fucked. You did not get to, with the rule of buying a pullback. So for this to even be a Fibonacci attempt, an attempt at a 618, like you're buying this faint sell-off that just never, and then here's your perfect top become a bottom and a perfect, you make new highs. People are like skittish. They're like, oh boy, is this really? And then you rip into it. This is still the all-time high close trap that's taking place. You're still up on this trade. At what point do these guys start buying back? And of course, when that becomes the fuel, everybody's on the same. All at once, everybody realizes the apex of the triangle is going to resolve, and that's how it's going to be. So here, you get a breakout, and all the confirmation people bought into this, and they're like, oh, this is so, this Bitcoin thing, what Ralph talked about that Bitcoin, that was a good idea. And then it comes all the way down to here, and people are just shitting their pants because it carves out this area, and they're just like, what the fuck? How in the fuck? Like, or even if you bought this pullback, when you see it here, are you buying more? Now, it would take a special person that didn't buy a fucking pant load here to have enough of a bullish feel. They're going to buy this. And God knows what the news was here. Oh, China's going to stop making it. Everything should be bullish. All the news should be bullish, right? Because if you can't mine them anymore, then the Bitcoins go up in value. If the price of electricity goes up, they just go up in value because nobody wants to mine anymore. It just becomes like a penny stock. It just becomes something people, it's to attach to, but the only thing different is it's open 24 hours. So the liquidity's got nothing to do with you're paying a fee to go through the exchange, plus you're seeing wide spreads that would be pretty rough, it's a few bucks there. So, it's not the most, but anybody that's cranks hard enough into any instrument, people that just trade gold all day long, that's all they do, right? Because they get their head around, oh, that's a typical gold move is But sometimes gold go ripping, right? So these markets are going to wheels are going to come off as people take positions off near the end of the year. And there's a kind of oversaturation where you got to understand the news. You would think the news would be objective on either side, but they're really hyping up some of these things because it really is a very fast-paced world, and people really are very spoiled. They don't have no idea how much technology they're running in the background of their life that's going on in the background of your life, that if you don't have electricity, and the most basic fucking item is electricity. So people are, they're not into this, just wait till it's windy out to do some, project. Can't turn the milling machine on unless you have a high wind. I don't think that's going to fly. So, yeah, just get, so. But I almost think it's just being trolled. We're just being trolled by nut jobs. But here, yeah, we are trapped at 61,000. So this is the big, great debate here as you go into the end of the year. It's like, so what's going to happen here? Are people going to chase this fucking Bitcoin and turn gay on? Everybody's going to go. Everybody's going to. So it won't matter what gender you are. You just be. I bought it $1 million. I think it's going to 3 million. Okay, buddy. I just don't know how people are doing this trade, but I'd be so out of this thing. If I had bought it 40,000, I think I would be out and I'd be getting drunk. I just don't think I want to babysit this drama, especially. What if they ban it? I mean, with these mandates on everything, so this is going to crash like Southwest Airlines into American Airlines. So I just tried to email Let's Go Brandon to the Southwest people, and apparently a robot returned it. Yeah, you can't even have any fun anymore. So yeah, this could be quite the drifty, but I'm still not a bull. I don't care what anybody says. I would never buy Bitcoin. So even if I did, if I bought it right now, I would dump it if it went up $3,000. So that's just, I wouldn't sit in this thing for all the drama, and all the having to write scripts for it and all that. I just wouldn't do it. So it's not worth it. So I just stick to the good old fashioned forexes. And I suppose crude oil, you could run the scripts on crude oil from forex. They seem to transfer, or the Dow Jones. But on the NASDAQ, you've got to add like 2 zeros, and it's just it's a mess. There's plenty of drama inside of the over-the-counter. I suppose this is over-the-counter Bitcoin. But yeah, it's a hell of a ride here. I wouldn't want to be on the long train, but be my guest if you want to buy the Bitcoin here. But it does look like it's going up. I mean, I can't say it's not the perfect setup. We've seen this inverted head and shoulders in the middle of there's divergence, I'm sure, here on these points. I'm certainly a buyer if it comes down here, but like I said, I'm not doing it. But I mean, that's the kind of trade I'd be after. Let's just put limits here and walk away. Let's count on a rainy day fund. Let's just fucking have a limit sitting here on your broker's platform at 30. Just when they fill you one day, some bullshit mandate comes out, and then we come back to here, and then you just cash out. I mean, you can't deny that trade. That's a once in a lifetime trade. If the market goes, although I wouldn't open an account and try to short it here either, because if I'm only in for just a zig or a zag, I just don't think it's worth it, for a trader. But yeah, you want to invest in it. I suppose you could buy a little bit of this, a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold. But then, how much cash do you have to go buy some good tequila or whatever really kind of lights you on fire there? So I mean, not everything's going to be an investment, because you lock up all your funds, and I guess there's people like that, right? You don't see this guy from Facebook having any fun. I mean, he's fucking in some goddamn. He's probably some fucking, his wife tells him what to do with the fucking house. God knows. Poor guy. Poor Facebook guy's in over his head, being all fucking. Every time I go on, if I see another, like I say, I can't go to Facebook because I can't handle there's always a warning. And I'm like, dude, I'm good. Can't I turn that warning shit off? How can I? You have to pay for that. They should have a subscription. Like, you want to pay to have the fucking. You want to pay to thank you for yourself? Well, there's a fee. I don't know what Facebook does. Doesn't just cave and go, dude. You know, if you want to pay, we can get rid of all the warnings. I mean, if you go surfing for porn, what do you see? You got to be 18 years old. Okay, I'm ready. Like, dude, hit me. Why can't we do that at Facebook? Why can't we just say, I'm ready? Like, you won't offend me. Trust and believe. So it's very just, the world's just upside down. But, you know, is Bitcoin supposed to be the flight to safety? I suppose it's a flight to people using it to transfer money back and forth because they're just shitting their pants with all the draconian shit going on. I can't imagine what else it could be. But can't you say that for the British pound when the elections were going on? The fucking thing was fucking nuts. So if you're on the right side of that trade, you were cleaning up. I mean, some of these trades you see out here, there's staggering moves, you know. I mean, it's going to get crazy. I'm sure if stocks ever get painted into a corner because the Fed, all this classic, supposedly fundamentals are supposed to kick in, you would think, so here's the thing, you would think the fundamentals would have kicked in fucking 10 years ago. Like, gold should be at like $5,000 an ounce with all the fucking horrific fucking narratives you hear on either side of any kind of somebody who's trying to sell, you know, cigars or something, you know, all the medical device people. They get their paychecks from. So where is it? You know, where is this? But this is what we got. And here comes the end of the year, and I'm hearing these ads on the radio about gold, and I'm just thinking, really, are people still going to fall for this shit where they buy gold and then gold sells off to 1,000? And they're like, yeah. You know, I mean, can you imagine if Trump comes back in about 2 months or 2 years, and you got DeSantis and Trump in there? I mean, and the gold's down to like 500 an ounce. Are they going to blame Trump? He stabilized the fucking economy too much, this motherfucker. That's what they're going to say. They're going to go, look at this fuck. Look at this fuck. He's from the hood. He fucked this over. So, nobody's ever happy. I guarantee you, nobody's ever happy. That's why people are doing fucking fentanyl and shit, because they're like, damn, that almost makes me feel happy. Fentanyl's up. Open the border. You got people just pouring over the border. You never seen shit like this. This is like fucking the roaring 20s meets the roaring 70s. It's fucking insane, dude. People have no idea what they're looking at. Of course, most people don't. I had to explain to somebody today what Let's Go Brandon meant. They don't fucking know what the fuck. Oh, what the fuck? You really? That's the most hilarious fucking shit in the world. But, you know, everybody's on their own private Idaho, you know. Everybody's, it looks like a buy here in Bitcoin. I mean, that's the long and short of it. But I'm not buying. And like I said, but it's a classic head and shoulders. Will it fail? And that's the other thing you could say is, let's do this scenario. We're hoping it fails, right? So we're hoping it's like a Biden trend. You went long fucking mandates? Oh, that was a good fucking trade, buddy. So we're looking to break this trend line, and then just all collapses. And once it takes this out, it's all over. And then you're done. Put a fork in it. Call Alan, call fucking Donald. So if we take this trend line out, you could say things like, see, yeah, trend lines do work. I fucking took that trend line out, bitch. And bye-bye. Start going for a stop hunting. And this is when, you know, you're waiting for it to come back here. And you're thinking, man, if it ever comes down here, I'll be buying it. It is interesting to speculate, though. It's a sit back and learn trade, I suppose. If you don't trade, Bitcoin's definitely in the first phase of possible leg up. Although when you go to the monthly, it's a real heartbreaker. It really does kind of put a little bit of a damper on things. And this is why the top-down view may be the answer. After all, is we see the all-time high marked off. We'll just pick the old highest price. We've been up there. That's the monthly chart. Can we go higher? I mean, now Sly and the Family Stone would say, yeah, we'll take you higher. Like, look, this is, I can't even plot it any higher than that. That's it. I'll get to 70,000. People, but is it a trap? I mean, that's a double top. And we know that this momentum's got to be fading a little bit. I mean, this is a screaming ass move. And if this is going to be wave 4, this is going to take forever to consolidate. Or are we just going to rip north like out of like a fucking penny stock can do that too. So I've seen that where you go, oh, fucking, this is like 10 cents for the stock. Here comes all the way back. And I don't know what the spread is down here, but the thing rips up $4, then it pulls back $3, then it fucking goes nuts. You know, this Microsoft did. So you look at the early $5 of Microsoft stock or any of these stocks. Of course, they do splits, you know. But I guess they have halvings or something. But everybody has something they're glomming onto. But honestly, if you had bought Bitcoin at, below 10,000, I would so have gotten out. At the first peak, I probably would have got on the way there. I'd be getting out. Like, I wouldn't be able to believe it at this price. I've already gone out. Because that's a lot of money, you know, going up from 10 grand to 40 grand in such a quick period of time. I don't think I have the ability to hang in there for another 2 months for the extra 50,000. Probably getting out at 40,000, be fine. Leave 10,000 on the table. But now, I mean, I guess I hear ads on the radio, which is kind of like everybody's in, huh? Right. I should sell off now. Time to punish all the mob. Gold looks like it could go up a little bit, maybe. Same thing though. Gold's in a new high territory. Took that high out back here. Is this the collapse of the dollar? Blood in the streets? I don't think so. Never is. I mean, look at this rally here. What's that attributed to? That's the blast. Is that the COVID blast? We just make new highs. I just get there so fast, you know. Once you take out this, that is a brutal move. But for traders, don't care about this shit. It's big long-term stuff. So we got a daily saying, oh my God. I think I had a channel like this. I'd drawn a something bullshit like this. So, you know, it could just come down. This is $10. It comes down here. Goes up there. Either way, I mean, this is so difficult. Look at this daily chart. Are you really selling here and holding it till it goes to here? I can't even imagine. I think if I'd sold it here, I'd probably get the fuck out. As soon as it took out that, I'd be like, yeah, because the scalpers come in. I just don't think I could hang in there through. Of course, I start buying below there for this pocket. And then get out here like these people did. Holy my God. So I'm buying below here every $10, yeah. So buy a 1K, a 2K, 3K, 4K, 5. It's pretty tough. But in the daily, that thing's just getting there, isn't it? And in 2 days, you're all the way back to your worst entry. If you held through the whole rack, here you never get filled. If you wait for that fill, you never get it. So that's another problem, is you can't always have it so damn dialed in, you know. Sometimes you got to be a little bit no fills down here, so you kind of had to settle for buying this pocket. So that scalp was to here. Scalp swing. It was like fucking 5 days to get paid there. Down into this. What is this creeper gear stuff here? I think the spread's like 30 cents. Oh, it's like 17 cents plus commissions. It's not a bad spread on gold. A lot of people trading it. Look at that double. Perfect double top there on the daily. And then just rockets down like some just unbelievable, you know. Look at these are all kind of dojis and then just a rip. And then, God, that's, you really got to be on that. I don't know how people trade this gold thing. The euro dollar looks easier for some reason. I don't know. I think in the 4 hour this is doable. But you have to settle for making just $1. No $10 targets there. You're going to try to make $1. Trying to make like here. Like you're in and out in this range here. Not trying to buy this big giant dip. That's too much. Oh, it looks like the euro's dropping here. So yeah, I'm trying to trade this thing a little bit tonight. Okay, let me delete some of this stuff. Yeah, I was going to run these scripts. I loaded all my 12 hours into this other platform, so I wanted to consolidate them. 12 hours is a nice long time. I know it says 8 here, but that's in 12, so I'm going to drop later, so I'm just going to drop them like this. So this is a system I came up with. Was just able to just buy low. So I'll put some break-even tickets in here. Risk 20 to make 20, 8 hours. That's a 4-hour chart. I don't think it's very aggressive at all. Yeah, look at the half-hour chart. Try to get a feel for the fill, the rate of fill here. So if I go to the 1-hour chart, I'm going to dedicate a bunch of tickets to this area. I'll even put some bad ratios in here. I'll spice them with a good ratio, but got to get that diversification in there. So here's a kind of a cheap bad ratio. Risk 12 pips to make 8 pips. Now, this is an unfortunate thing to have to do this, but you're going to have to take some volatility there and just accept that, yeah, you got to give that a bad ratio on that one. Here's the next bad ratio, is 18 to make 10. Risking $5 here. So that would be 50 if you put them in almost the same spot, but you get the option here, but you get to make sure here in this situation, if you only highlight the entries, that you're going to just only put in. So turn off the stops, the painting of the stops, and then just come in with tickets that you know you don't want to duplicate the entry price. So one thing you can control in these markets is your entry price. Everything else, forget it. So I'm going to put some bad tickets in here. Now this is a good ratio. Risking 12 pips to make 16 on 3K. So picking just a deep, it's 8 hours. But I have some 12-hour versions of this. So, and if you have, I have some dailies. So I really don't put those on here because I don't want to overload the broker. So I'm putting in the 8 hours because then I can put more exposure into getting closer to the market. So I can risk 22 pips to make 12 here. But that's just that's like a 6K. So without duplicating the entry price here, risk 18 to make 14, still a bad ratio. And we're at risk 14 to make 12, still a bad ratio. So when the market rips down into that, it may seem like, well, those are bad ratios, but for it to come back out of that, now I put in some unrealistic orders there, obviously. for 8 hours. I just don't think this market's capable of rocketing down like that. And on the 4-hour, it looks even impossible. Well, it looks possible on the 4-hour because you're like, well, we went up for 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4. We went 12 hours right up. And if you'd sold into that, right now you're hoping for it to come down to earth. If you sold into that thing. Putting tickets in here all week long. So this is the entry window. Last week is just to buy below those Williams fractals. Yeah, so this is kind of a large area to buy, though. This is like a 30 pip window. And you come all the way back into, unbelievably, come all the way back below into this again. So if this is the hot spot, there's everything below this lonely wick for the first buy. You bought that, and you cashed out. Then the other buy was to come in on the dailies, was to start buying everything into this. Of course, so you never got filled here, but you bought this, you bought this, you bought this, then it rockets up. Just comes flying out of the gate on some bullshit news that was on the open there. As soon as it gets above the lonely fractal, this is on a 25, less than about 22 pip window here. Complete reversal. And almost engulfed, just wicked, right? So on the if you had a 2-day chart, that's like an inverted hammer almost. It's just a crazy move, and then kind of just, this is the uncharted water, and of course this was the uncharted wedge. You break out, you scream out, you just, and the confirmation traders are probably getting filled here thinking, oh yeah, I just narrow range breakout trade systems kick in here. Oh yeah, let's get in here and let's hopefully take something off the table here, because that just didn't last. And if you were just to take both trades, they just whipsawed you. You're completely destroyed because you decided to only trade breakout strategies, when if you traded limit strategies in combination and at the market, if you just bought every pullback like a real bull, you just bought this, you buy these 3 pullbacks, you wait, you don't buy this because it's up, and you wait for this to happen. I guess you have to have a figure that you're, I guess, almost perfectly coming into this floor, because this is the floor you took out. So this whole situation here is a big, takes a long time to come back off, because this is such a hard move down. And even the people were hoping for, the people that buy this plunge, they wanted to come to here so they can cash out. It took them for that to happen. So you can't be greedy and say, well, I know structures and they're going to come back to here. Yeah, I guess, right. The order block's over here. They left my order block behind. Yeah, it's constantly changing, this order block thing. So I see the Euro's pulling back here, so coming into my buy limits. Blame it on the old order block, but it's always changing, isn't it? So there's a new order block here, there's one here. So I'm going to buy the pullback here. And it could be, lo and behold, the 618 of this bar. Yeah, so that's possible, right? So from here to here, or just 2 hard days down. This is quite a bounce, and then another invasion of new lows. It gets very quiet here. Some of the breakout traders got trapped here too. You traded a breakout strategy here, and if you're too tight, you took out both legs. The confirmation. I mean, you could do some of these trades, but you just can't do all these trades all the time. So I'm figuring to be flat the market for the next 4 hours, but the closer I put the tickets to the current price, the more I figure I'm going to get filled. So to make that fit better, I think I would put in the 1 hour tickets and the 2 hour tickets and go watch a movie. So you have 3 hour tickets pending. You see what happens. So you're you're fishing really. So you like see if anything bites, but you don't want to lose a bunch of line. So if you've ever gone fishing, you put all these things in. Where, you're not going to go ice fishing in the summertime. It's hard, So all these kind of things. But I can see how people they like that trend trading stuff. I think if you figure that it's more of a price pulse than a trend, it certainly is the pull. If you like I said, if you think it's going up, you're just going to buy every pullback. I don't think you should discriminate. So right here, if this pulls back in the next every hour this thing pulls back right here in Asia, I should be buying it. But I'm going to go conservative and put my orders in where I think they're going to rip it down in. I suppose a stop hunt. I figure this is the... it's on the 15. We just took out this low. I guess this is the first stop hunt, right? So we just nicked Asia. We could pull the trigger here in about 4 minutes. It'll be a quarter after. So we can just pull the trigger. Or we just got filled because we went long here, right? So we bought this, we bought here because it was down hard, so we bought there. Then we put limits in maybe right there and just got filled with a spread of 0.7. That's why the commissions are built in, so you could put orders in that make sense. So if there was zero spread with pure commissions, that way you could just trade the fucking chart, but you can't, they're not giving you that. But it does get tight. So when the spread goes to 0.2, your limits get filled. My tequila buddy wondered about that one day. He said, well, there's a difference between... I said, no, because you're going to get that price. Supposedly the limits are going to get the price before the market orders, but you have slippage on the limits entry too. So speed of the broker, they're slowing you down, keeping you from scalping in a way. Yeah, if you go to Trader's Way, they're going to... You can't push the execution past the speed of their... Otherwise, people would bum rush them. Like 3 guys could say, yeah, let's go hit them. People, they're cheating. No, everybody has to protect themselves. So, yeah, they're not going to have it wide open like that. And that's why there's slippage, because nobody can get the price fast enough. People can't fucking believe the price, right? So Bitcoin skyrockets or rips down, people won't believe the price. And the servers can't keep up with the latest price, but then people panic and they fucking go fat finger on it and they take all the fucking orders down. So I suspect the wheels, what if this fuck nut just keels over this dumb shit, this woke piece of shit that was installed? What if he just falls? What if he just keels over? The market's got to come unwrapped in both directions. It'll just be it'll be nuts. But it has to do that, apparently, because people have been living in a fantasy world too long. So it has to be an aha moment. So got to get your nuclear generators going and stuff for the backup, backup generator. So we have 2 minutes here to close the 15-minute chart out. On the 15-minute chart. That's why we trade the 15-minute chart, because we don't got patience for anything else. That's what the order blocks are. See, here's inverted hammer order block right there. I call this the order block doji. Spinning top block here. I think I'm going to write a book called Order Blocks: Everything You Want to Know But Was Afraid to Ask About Order Blocks. Order block theory. I call this a triple top. Bing, bang, bong. And look at this, falls out of bed here as soon as 5 p.m. comes. Kabung. Definitely buying here in 1 minute. Buy at the market. So I got to get my finger ready. Got my finger on the trigger. On your marks, I gotta scroll down and find my orders. Got the buy limits down here. Buy at the market. I said I'll put a 20 pip stop on that. 16. I'll put a 12 pip stop to make 14 there. So 3K at the market. So I guess how I get it in the market. See. Let's see. One of those was a double pull. I must have hit it twice here. Okay, it's a 1K per trigger pull. 16. There's $1.60 here. $2 to make $3. $2 to make 4. 2 to make 6. That's a lot to buy at the market, I must say. That's 12K at the market like that? Shit. I would never trade like that, but because I know it's going to tank, so I just had this feeling it's going to tank. How about some double clicks? What are these double clicks? Oh, that might be a buy stop. Oh wait, that's an NASDAQ, so that's putting it too tight. Wow, that's crazy. I hit the wrong button there, so I know I put some limit orders in here. Yeah, just do it by hand. So right here for 4 hours, I think we can get filled in this tonight. So about 12K at the market. I'm going to put in like 50K down here. There's nothing I can do with. I mean, it's stupid. So another problem with the trading thing is it may look like a good buy here, but I can't imagine this isn't going to fucking tank. I mean, look at this thing. 12 hours up. Stupid. So here, buy limits down here. So here's how I'll go aggressive is 2 hour tickets right under the current price practically. So these I could come back and fix these later. But this is almost like buying at the market. I'm so close to the price here. I'm like hop, skip, and a jump from the price. So putting in these 8 hour tickets really close is almost like buying at the market too. And then just sit back and see what happens because there's nothing you can do about it now. Here down $1.30 buying at the market. Well, I must have actually got a sell going. Oh, that was that ticket I put in. I'd fuck that up. Oops. That's the one that NASDAQ order. Because it was so close, it was a double click, it became a, I don't know, it's fucked up. Okay, here's where I'm down. Down a buck. They weren't charging me for that. Apparently that margin. They weren't charging no margin because I put a hedge on 1K. So we just got this good old down $1.30. Waiting for Tuesday. Waiting for the week to start here. The new month. 2 months left in the whole year. It's crazy, So there'll be a big bum rush here, I suppose, to the end of the year. Bitcoin. People are going to get creamed on that Bitcoin buying into that. I guess you gotta hurry up and sell your Bitcoin before Janet Yellen comes and uses it to go get some more fucking, buy some more brain cells. I mean, when you talk like that, I mean, when these people talk, dude, if you can't sound like you're lucid, you just don't qualify. You should have nothing. You shouldn't even be able to drive a car. If you can't make a little bit of fucking sense. Yeah, people are still wearing masks. What the fuck? I see masks on the ground now. Black masks on the ground. Is this a sign of something? That's the new thing, is leave it really shiny black mask on the ground like it could be fucking Halloween shit left over. I can't tell what's going on anymore. Look at this thing's down $1.30. It won't fucking move. The market will not move. This is Asia. That's Asia for you. Okay, now it's 10 minutes to 8 here. It's dead in the water. Another shit trade. Another bullshit trade here. Is the market fucking closed? Daylight savings time is happening over there. It's only 5:50 over there actually instead of 7:50. 7:50 for us, but for them, you know, fucking daylight savings time already. They're wrapping it up over there. They're done. See, I'm down. Now I'm down another few cents here. Getting killed. See? I knew they'd go against me. As soon as I bought into that, I knew it would drop. Only got one winner here. I'm up. I'm only down 4 cents on that one ticket. Everything else I'm getting fucked. Totally wiped me out. It's just wrong. It's down $1.60 now. Wonderful. Nice. Good work. I took that course, that trading course, and buying it, how to buy at the market. Well, I guess we got in. Now we're down. My best ticket's down only 6 cents. Just have to have patience. You have to wait. It'll turn around. You'll see. Remember last time you said this? It was going to be a bad trade. It turned out to be a good trade. How'd this 2K get in here? I must have hit some crazy ticket there. That's weird. I don't know where these big tickets came from. I think there's a robot running in the background or some shit. I don't know how that happened. Let's turn the comments on. See where these tickets are coming from. Oh, I don't know. I think because it says it's an 8K. Could be. I don't really want to have these big tickets in here, so I gotta get rid of those. But hey, look at that! I'm winning. I'm only down 97 cents. Good thing I bought on that pullback on the 15-minute chart. It's a 15-minute chart. That's tricks right there. See, that is the best price of the night. It'll stop coming out and chopping into the lows of Asia. It's as good as it gets. It's as good as you'll ever see. I wish I would have bought more now. No, I think it's going to go down. So, yeah, that's the thing I always say. I wish I would have bought more, but it's like I would never buy like $1 zillion right here thinking that, yeah, this Asian trap here. If I did buy $1 zillion here, I can guarantee you I'd dump the whole thing right there. There's no way I'm going to hold this like we're going to the moon after this. I just don't see that as a possibility. Could be wrong, but I think we could at least come down here, and if this is the case, then I say let's go like this. You know, let's go, Brandon, right there. Right there. I'm putting a tight stop. We're trying to make, it was 13 to make 33 here. This is a trend trade. 13 to make 33, but I would only make this last for about 4 hours right now, lasts for 8, so that's pretty risky. So the probability, risky in the sense that they just clean that out. They take that thing down like in 8 hours. We could drop easily 20 pips and just shear off all those tickets with a stupid 13 pip stop, which is really a 12 pip stop if the spread is 1. So all these trades are just canvassing an area. So these are the ones that are pending. Let me trim these off with a double click. I think these last all week or some shit. I thought I'd clean this out, but I'll use this thing so I don't have to worry about taking anything else off. All right, so that would be available for this system now. Here I'm going to put for the scalps. I'm not going to try to make 40 pips or nothing. It's just going to be a baby trade. Go to 4-hour chart. I'm just going to fill up this void with a bunch of scalps. Just don't want to duplicate the entry price. Here I'm going to do, here I was doing a MACD of 5 histogram on this. I think it's just going to tank. So I'm just going to buy limits down here without regard to the histogram. I'm going to use the same idea here of just buying low at different prices. It's really crude idea. I should probably fix the scale on this a little bit, but forget it. We'll just throw these in. So I'm trying to bounce. Comes down to here, and that's my target, which is well below the floor of where I think we're going to plunge into. Gotta fix the scale to see it though. So it's going to be like this. We're trying to trade this plunge in the British pound. So I'm going to get in pretty aggressive here right away because I just like to get into this thing. It looks like it's a perfect plunge scenario. Put the 20 pip targets down here. So we're looking for it to drop all the way to here and then go up 20. Here's a 12 pip stop to make 28. So all this good ratios down at the bottom. I'll put a good ratio right here. Just in case this is the bottom. We don't know. I'll just keep stacking them until they tell me I can't put any more tickets in. So that's the daily. It's been crushing this whole time. And if you started buying here, I'm sure you are planning on some punishment. You must be a real masochist. If you started buying below here, you're just definitely a masochist. But hey, you know, British pound, you know, expected to drop about 100 pips. I would definitely, if you did that, then you have to bet the ranch here. So right there, so you bet the ranch. And all the way down, I'll be betting the ranch. So a lot of ranches are going to be out there twisting in the wind. Ranches are us. Buy this whole thing all the way down to fucking hell. And I guess sell everything above this. Buy everything below there. That's my trade plan. Every day. Daily highs and lows of whatever you're trading. It's certainly a big deal. It's a big deal in price. Let's take a look at the weeklies. Wow, weekly looks like it could just keep tanking. Look at this poor thing. Just beat the hell. The British pound's just heads exploding. Shit, did we get filled here? Look at this. I'm getting filled on this goddamn euro. Look at that. Only down $1.59 too. That's the magic of the limit. So look at that. Look at that wick. So I wasn't there to see it. See, I would have never been able to take that at the market. But look at that. We picked up another fucking... How many K did we get there? So we had the market orders here and we got the limits. Limits only down here. That's a strange comment. Oh, look at that. We're almost up. I'll get those pounds. Just all euro. So once again, you do go lower. You wouldn't think you could. But we picked it up down there, see? And that's that last little tick. So, like I said, buying $1 zillion on that position, we could have put a half a zillion. We could have put half of the zillion down here on the wick, and now I'd be cashing out of my zillion. Trust and believe there. There's the 15. So 5 minutes after 8. Here's a 5-minute chart. The 1 hour chart is already updated. So that's 2 hours down. We bought 12K at the market. We just got filled and stuff. I'd probably be cashing out. That's 1 minute chart. I think I'd be like, oh, let's think about getting out of that. Looks like we're already up in that trade. Wait 1 more minute. So yeah, this is going to be a big deal here. Our next 4 minutes could go ripping north, possibly. Looks likely. That's a 1 minute chart. A good old, well, you really see the volume here. Really see how when there's no trading going on. Like I was complaining earlier, we were stuck down here, no trade. Like here, no trade. It's cool how these Williams fractals kind of make it easy to see the congestion. At least you get your fractal. Shows up right away there. It's like, ooh, it's in your face. 5 minute chart. Kind of need a candlestick on the 5. 1 minute chart. Kind of like that 1 minute chart right here where it's like this scrunched up bar chart. That's sweet. Look at this hyper dojis here. I like psycho dojis right here. You see that usually. Look at that. And then just, so this is your classic market really. Microcosm is that you get all this bombastic stuff, then it goes 1 pip lower, and that's the low, and then shebango, and then look at how quiet just before the storm. What a smash down. Ouch. I put a sell stop here and a buy stop here. It's all over in 2 minutes. Comes into this buy window. All skittish. So this is the first close below, or first new low. I guess kind of came back to the scalp to the floor, and then lower again. So this is my buy at the market, or just buy below there. A lot of sellers there getting out. All the zillionaires are getting out there. You can see that. They're like, yeah, well, it's over for us. We're not going to sit there and hang out there until fucking 5 after. They're out at 3 after. They're like, we're good. We just made $1 zillion in 3 minutes from a new low. They're like, we're good. We did that. I guess people put these dementia stickers on the gas pumps that says, I did that, where the prices spiked. Here's the FJB entry. Your perfect engulfment. 3 minutes up. Pops above here. Bingo, bingo. I would buy this pullback. Buy every pullback on the 1 minute. Buy. It's oversold. Buy. I put our limits back in. I'll keep my 40. I'll keep my 24K here and just ride it. Probably 22K I'm in. So I bought about 10K at the 10K in limits, and we bought about 12K at the market. What 10 and 10, let's say. That's pretty good distribution there for the next at least till 9:30. But we could be ripping down. I could be filled on a standard lot. Actually, if it rips down, I'll make more money. So I'm caught between being in the position I'm in, which could be a great trade, or it goes down deeper and it's even a better trade, right? So you double down, kind of like a politician. And you just make more, right? You fail up. So this gets your chance to see what a politician feels like. You're buying on limits as it's plunging. You're just doubling down. You're like, oh yeah, no, I think we should actually take your kid home and tie him down and vaccinate him and teach him critical dick theory. You know, yeah, well, definitely there's going to be we got a whole fucking. That's in the other module. Well, you got to be it's part of the mentorship program. We come to your house and we molest your kid directly. It's called the molestership program. I'm sure you haven't heard of it? Well, it's like OT level 9 and 10. The market's moving through my drawings. Anyways, that's the world. We're waiting for this rail. Okay, do not buy this 1 minute rally here. Hold the line here. We bought this, we bought this, we bought this. We're waiting. Waiting to make money. All right. It's over. We're waiting for this to pay off now. Let's see what happens. We're at 11,236. You just have to find some patience to see what happens later on tonight. I'm holding a long position, the euro dollar here. Into the night, we're going to hold this puppy.